Well, good morning, folks. This morning we got a great adventure lined up. We're in Alberta's Badlands, or Drumheller. So we're going to be cycling the Dinosaur Trail Loop. It's about 54 kilometers. There's various maps out there which are a little confusing because the official one in Drumheller is a mess. It's bits and pieces. And if you use Google Maps, the vast majority of bike trails are not mapped and many of the roads are not mapped. So I've manually redrawn it. So it's going to be interesting. It's a beautiful part of the country. It gets very hot. So I picked a day where it rained during the night. So it's a little chilly this morning. Perhaps an ideal day. I chose to park at the Royal Tyrrell Museum, it's a dinosaur museum, versus parking at the information center. I will provide both locations in the description, but for me the Tyrrell Museum is just quieter, more space to work with, but it's your personal choice. So we'll chat again in a little while. So our first scenic little spot is the miniature church, which is just outside the Tyrrell Museum. We'll just grab a quick photograph and then we'll be back on our way. I've photographed it many times and I'll include some of those photographs as well for you. I've chosen to cycle the loop in a counterclockwise direction because, as you can see, we've got rumble strips and they're easier to deal with at a slower pace going uphill. But it's your choice. You can choose whichever way you want to go. And of course, some sections are on the road, so you have to be comfortable with vehicle traffic. But as you can see, the landscape around here is different. Rattlesnake country versus bear country. I'm probably working a little bit too hard for this early in the morning. And I do have plenty of battery power. So let's be a little bit more generous with the assist. There we go. E-bikes. You gotta love them. I've been looking forward to this ride for a while because it's very different to the normal or the usual. Just a little bit more housekeeping. Parking at both the museum and the information center is free. The crime rate in Drumheller is very low. In fact, it's come down 32% over the last year. Plenty of services, you know, gas, food, hotels, motels. Temperature's great, it's going along nicely. Very little vehicle traffic on this road. And strangely, this road is not mapped by Google Maps. You know, Drumheller and a couple of entrepreneurs are doing quite a job at promoting the area, the town. You know, I've received quite a few advertisements on my Facebook about one of the establishments that rents e-bikes, which is the next question I'll answer. Yes, you can rent e-bikes in Drumheller. You don't have to bring your own. And then you can do the ride. I think they're called Bites and Bikes. And you can also pre-order picnic hampers or various other culinary delights for your trip. Not sure if I mentioned, we have a ferry trip as well, and the ferry is open from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. throughout the summer, and it is free. We have a long, steep uphill ahead of us. You can probably see it there. I'm not sure if that's the 14% gradient. Well, one of them. It certainly looks like it. We're into the climb now. I'm on pedal assist 3, gear 3. Going to have to give myself some more oomph. Pedal assist 4, gear 2. All part of the fun, isn't it? I'll chat to you at the top. I'm getting to the top. I can barely breathe. We're going to pay a quick visit to Horse Thief Canyon. Apparently the lookouts, the views are spectacular. So we will find out for ourselves. You do need hand signals when you're on the road. Make it a lot easier for everybody behind you and in front to see what you're doing. Well, here we are, folks. I've never been here before, so let's go and have a look. And we have it all to ourselves. It's always a treat. Wow. Spectacular. Okay, folks, it's time for me to stop and get some photographs. Well, that was a treat. Nice views, that's for sure. Like mini Grand Canyon, I suppose. Let's get back onto the road. Of course, I've chosen to come in the week and early. Miss the crowds. These are popular spots. Nicely signposted. Bleriot Ferry, left. What a beautiful morning. And these fields are nice and green. We're turning left here for the ferry. Now we're going to go down into the valley. And it should be all downhill to the ferry. Yeah, 12% grade downhill. Can't complain about that. Amidst the yellow fields. Beautiful. Test your brakes. Yeah, right. That was a thrill. You keep wondering if I get a blowout now, I'm gonna lose some skin. And there we have it, folks. Ferry hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. birds chirping, nice cool temperature, lovely morning. This is a great little experience, just to do the ferry alone. There we go, let's do this. Morning. All that just for me, eh?
Yeah, you're my first one.
Right. We'll get the prime seat. Thank you. That was awesome. Really was. What a treat. So far, I have to say, just based on the fact that it's so different to my normal rides, which are usually forests, mountains, I'm really enjoying this. And certainly at a rate up there is one of my best rides. Of course, my local rides I tend to use more for exercise. This is more like a sightseeing tourist experience. It's great. Okay, another steep climb ahead of me. There's only 2 steep climbs, no matter which direction you choose to go. So after you've done the second one, it's pretty much flat terrain thereafter. If you're on a traditional bike and you're beginner or intermediate, you're definitely walking up that one. E-bikes, oh, you're definitely standing up in the saddle, that's for sure. That was a workout. And then it's all the way back to Drumheller, and then around back to the museum. We got to stop somewhere along here for coffee. Can't do 50 Ks without having a break. It's our next turn off, Orkney viewpoint. Also spectacular. I think we'll have coffee there. For those of you that may come out to Drumheller from Calgary, it's only 90 minutes, an hour and a half, just over 100 kilometers. So you can come out for the day, do the ride, which should take you about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. If you're stopping like me for photographs and so forth, perhaps 4 hours, and then 90 minutes each way. So in all, it's a day's outing. And signal, it's turn here. And now you'll see we're going to a dirt track or dirt road. Which reminds me, make sure you bring your puncture kit. The gravel's a little loose, so if you're nervous, you just need to slow it down and you'll be just fine. And we do have facilities here, toilets, That's nice. I've been wondering about that. Oh, look at that. I hope the camera is capturing this for you guys. For those of you that are gliders, paragliders, hang gliders, you'll be familiar with the term, the wind is coming over the back. It's blowing from the back. But what a spectacular view to sit and enjoy a cup of coffee. Absolutely a pleasure. I would really recommend this. Obviously, I haven't finished the ride yet, but so far, it's been nothing but spectacular. That's it, folks. Had my coffee. Took one of my layers off, getting a little warm. There's a bit of a fairly brisk breeze, but we're going to have a tailwind now. And now you can see why we went counterclockwise, because coming into Drumheller this way, there's no rumble strips on the side, and it's downhill. So you can keep to the right without having to try and dodge the rumble strips. That's another thing. It's well worth having a mirror if you're going to ride on the road. So far, traveling on the road has not been an issue at all. The road traffic has been very low. And they seem to be giving me decent space. Again, just to reiterate, the reason we go counterclockwise is that A, on the home stretch, on the downhill, you don't want to deal with rumble strips, and B, it's a busier road, so you need the shoulder, and you don't want there to be rumble strips. And we don't have any rumble strips here to deal with, so it makes it a lot easier. Again, your mileage may vary. Pick what suits you. A small grain elevator.
Follow this way for 2.1 kilometers.
We are going to have to get the Welcome to Drumheller sign. Welcome to Drumheller. Nice one. We're now on suburban back streets. It's taken us off the main road, and it runs parallel to the main road. But it allows you to relax. There's less traffic, more space. You could ride two abreast. Just pay attention to the vehicles coming up behind you. Drumheller has these weird bike paths, just a white stripe, and you're never sure. But to be fair, I don't think Drumheller has really traditionally been a biking community. I definitely like the fact that they're promoting it. Nice, so we're now on a bike path. It's the first bike path that we've encountered so far. There's plenty of benches along the way for you to stop and rest. So far, I found the Orkney lookout point to be the best. Morning. There's newer houses in this section now. Well, they've just been renovated and upgraded. And now we have a bike lane again. just weird. I'm not comfortable riding into the face of oncoming traffic, but they don't have a lane on both sides. So here's what it is. We're now about to come up to the world's largest, let's be frank, man-made dinosaur. There we go. And that is the information center, which is the alternative parking spots and the alternative beginning and end. I should probably dismount and walk from here. Really got to watch this little section. Blind Corners Deluxe. Now this is sort of downtown Drumheller, which is not bad at all. And there we have a bike lane again. I guess people park in the bike lane even here. We're up over a bridge now. So interesting riding in an area you don't know. This motel coming up, Badlands Motel, I can't say whether it's any good, but I did think it would be a great place to stay with your bikes. It is on the trail and you have access to your room from the parking. So you can basically put your bike in your room. Well worth considering if you're going to stay here overnight. A bit confusing. What the hell's going on here? So far the only annoying thing has been the inconsistency with the pathway downtown. It's not clear, there's no signage, and it really isn't clear where you're supposed to go. But it appears as if they are working on the pathway. So maybe they're building a section. Saw another pair of cyclists trying to figure out where to go. All they need to do is put some detour signs up instead of forcing us back every 500 meters or so to see if we can get back onto the trail. That's it, folks. End of the ride. Admission to the Dinosaur Museum is $21 per adult for the day. It's well worth it if you haven't been before. If you enjoyed the video, please press like and subscribe. The channel's in its infancy and it could do with a bit of help. And until next time, thank you and goodbye.